while you're able, for soon it will be too late. And now, Spreaker Web Radio presents The Liberal Grouch with Blood on the microphone.
Yeah, that's one thing you gotta say about old Mitt Romney. He was persistent. But he wasn't the only person given the Republican nomination serious consideration. There's this nutcase down in Texas who's been a senator for 4 years by that point. Yep, went by the name of Ted Cruz, and nobody outside of the real far right wing wanted him to run, but he was bound and determined. His own campaign manager tried to talk him out of it, in fact.
Listen, Ted, I'm your chief of staff, and I don't even know what my name is, so that's as far as I can go with this exposition. But don't you think you're pushing things by running for president this early?
I recall a certain fellow who got elected to the Senate first time, and 4 years later, he was president of the United States of America. A lad from Illinois, was he, with a weird foreign-sounding name.
Yeah, but you ain't Barack Obama.
Obama? I was talking about Abraham Lincoln.
But Lincoln lost the 1858 election, and that was before senators were chosen by popular vote. Their state legislators appointed them, and even though Lincoln got more votes, they sent Stephen Douglas.
I ain't talking about the part Eddie Arnold played on Green Acres. I'm talking about the first Republican president of the United States, and the greatest one, despite that emancipation thing. And I will be next.
But I just think that...
I don't know what you're worried about. Take a pill and chill out. It will be a fucking rout for good old boy Ted Cruz. Jesus told me I should run, and you know, he's God's son. He said I'm the chosen one. No way that I can lose. No one in the GOP stands a chance next to me. Sober up and you will see I ain't no fake. To the White House I will glide on a wet slip and slide, and with Jesus by my side, big piece of cake. Romney, kiss my Christian ass. Perry ain't got no class. Jeb will probably take a pass. His last name still is Bush. Walker, who the hell is he? Rubio, can't you see? Dumbass Cuban boy is he. That's something I can push. Let me clarify that last statement there. In the past, Daddy split from Cuba fast, 'cause Castro was a red. I was born in Calgary, Canada, so you see, Cuban don't apply to me. That's what my pappy said. I became American, that way now I can run, and it will be lots of fun, and I will win. It'll be a piece of cake. Hillary's back, I will break, and you should make no mistake, that would be sin. Hillary is a commie witch, socialist lefty bitch. I will whoop her with a switch, leave welts there on her ass. I will cook her fascist goose, look out, Ted's on the loose. I will spank her fat caboose and serve it under glass. This'll be a piece of cake, piece of cake, piece of cake. This'll be a piece of cake, 'cause Jesus told me so. Romney's just a Mormon fool, Jindal is Satan's tool. Christie can sit there and drool, Pecker he can blow. Rand Paul don't mean shit to me, neither does Huckabee. Ryan reeks of therapy, he oughta know. This'll be a piece of cake, piece of cake, piece of cake, sitting there for me to take on with our show. Line 'em up, I'll mow 'em down, I ain't no Cuban clown, and my skin ain't quite as brown as Marco Rubio. If Rand Paul accepts his fate, he could be running mate, or else he can sit and wait till 2032. What's that? How's that? I will win 2 terms, that'll last for 16 years. I goofed. You're spoofed. I know that a president can only serve 8 years. Bullshit. Bullshit. Fuck it.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
The liberal grouch knows. The liberal grouch, Bill Schmalfeld, a man of meager means, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, solving crimes, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Schmalfeld is known to the evil Breitbart Empire as the Liberal Grouch. Never seen, only heard, a seemingly supernatural nemesis as haunting to the superstitious mind of a right-winger moron as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The liberal grouch has vowed that only death will end his quest for social justice. And when that day happens, and his voice is silenced, it will surely be as the result of blood on the microphone.
You know, I hate it when I find stuff out just before a show starts. Hi there, I'm Bill Schmalfeld. This is Blood on the Microphone, and our episode title for this Tuesday, the 24th of March, is Hoggy Goes, a-Courtin. And I just now took a look at Mr. Hogue's blog, and yeah, he clarified something here. He's off on a wild goose chase, but he clarified it. Under the blog title, Funny You Should Ask, he says, the last 3 intriguing episodes, I should do this in Hoggy's voice, I suppose. In the last 3 intriguing episodes of yours truly, Johnny Atsign, I have dealt with several potentially interrelated episodes. I gotta make the type bigger because I'm old. Interrelated episodes where either the Grouch or the Bomber, that would be me or Brett Kimberlin, had contacted a third party in order to harass someone who was wound up as one of Johnny's clients. None of the episodes provided any information about the opponents of the harassing messages. Yet today, Hogwash received this comment to yesterday's episode. I don't know if I saw yesterday's episode. Did I see yesterday's episode? I might have. I don't know. I'll check later. Somebody called Keep Wondering says, how is sharing public information with a government agency illegal? Exactly. Why would Keep Wondering ask such a question unless he knew the contents of one or more of these messages directed the recipients to the attention of public information? Maybe because he wanted to know? Pretend for a moment that the fictional Johnny Atsign episodes are, like BlogNet, based on true incidents, but some of the names changed to protect the innocent. That knowledge of the content of at least one of the messages would limit the range of possible identities of Keep Wondering to one of the senders or one of the recipients. Since the recipients know why they've turned the messages over to law enforcement agencies, they probably have a good idea of why the messages might be illegal. That leaves a very small population of suspects. Still, the question deserves an answer. There are several, depending on who received which message. Under Maryland law, it is a crime to harass a government employee at work. Under federal law, it is a serious felony to harass a federal employee or a contractor assisting a federal employee at work. Under Maryland law, it is a crime to make a false report to a public official, which causes an investigation to occur. Under federal law, it is a crime to make a false statement to a federal official. Yeah, we know all that, Hogue. But we still don't quite get what you're going for here. In order to be a false statement, doesn't it have to be a false statement? I mean, W.J.J. Hogue is an amazing individual. Never before in my life have I known a man who, by just waving a magic wand, can take a law and eliminate it from the books.
Hoggy would not steer us wrong. That is why we sing this song. Tiny minds to him belong. Ours are weak, but his is strong. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. He'd never steer us wrong. Hoggy tells us what to think, and his logic does not stink. By his wisdom we must live. To him money we must give. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. He'd never steer us wrong. We must never once complain. We love Pinky and the Brain. Schmalfeld and Brett Kimberlin must be punished for their sin. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. He'd never steer us wrong. Hoggy knows most everything. That is why his praise we sing. He would never lie to those who would gladly lick his toes. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. 'Cause Hoggy said so. He'd never steer us wrong.
Amen, children. Amen. I was looking there earlier this morning, too, as Mr. Hogue explained why he's right about the law, but the Maryland Book of Torts is not correct. In his blog post, Acme Legal at its Best, he writes, "The dreadful pro se Schmalfeld is channeling Oliver Wendell Jones." That's an inside joke. In a brief, I believe, I don't even remember which case it was anymore, but I meant to say Oliver Wendell Holmes when I typed Oliver Wendell Jones instead, and he was a character on the Bloom County comic strip, and the Lickspittles, they just, ran wild with it. It
It was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. He's still claiming that conspiracy is a tort. Here's what the Maryland Court of Appeals says. This court has consistently held that conspiracy is not a separate tort, capable of independently sustaining an award of damages in the absence of other torturous injury to the plaintiff. And then he quotes the case and says, but what do they know? Well, you probably, if you haven't yet, got your copy of my response to your motion to dismiss today. If you didn't get it today, you'll get it tomorrow. And in there, I say, you're correct. Conspiracy by itself is not a tort. When combined with another tort, however, it becomes a tort. For instance, if, let's say, Paul Krendler, we'll just use him as an example. I don't know why. We'll just use him. If he were to say, come join me on this super secret website so we can all figure out ways in private to make Bill Schmalfelt miserable. That, and anybody joining him, would be a conspiracy to harass, to inflict emotional damage, to defame. See? And then he says, update! Intentional infliction of emotional distress isn't a tort either, but it's the sole basis of one of the dreadful pro se Schmalfeld's claims. Don't you ever get tired of being wrong? Seriously. Doesn't it ever bother you? Do you get a bad taste in your mouth, like if you're sucking on a penny or something like that, when you say something that you realize is wrong? Of course, intentional infliction of emotional distress is a tort. There's a whole chapter of it and how to charge it in the Maryland Book of Torts, the Maryland Handbook of Torts. It's there, John. All you got to do is look it up. Oh, but why bother with facts when your word is good enough for these simple-minded people who follow you, right? You know these people are going to believe you over the truth every time. If it's in black and white in a book called the Maryland Handbook of Torts, recently updated book, that intentional infliction of emotional stress is, in fact, a tort. Well, why should one of your lickspittles believe that when they have you to believe? The lickspittle is on my ass. The lickspittles are on my ass. They're molding brains and crazy games and laughs. Got to keep the lemmings on the path. The lickspittle is in my face. The lickspittles are in my face. The hogwash blog ensures invective filth galore, and every day he pushes them for more. And if it all comes crashing down upon you soon, and if there is no place for you to hide, and if the monsters you've created rat on you, I'll see you on the barred side of the room. The lick-spittle still wants me dead. The lick-spittles all want me dead. It's me they blame. I bear the shame of their imaginary dread. They'll lock the door and throw away the key. There's someone in your head, it might be me. And in your madness, blunders and mistakes, you shout and no one seems to hear. And when your cellmate asks that you sing him show tunes, I'll see you on the barred side of the room. All that you mock and all that you smear, all you insult and all that you fear, all that you hate and all you despise, all you distort with all your lies, and all that you take and all that you steal, all you hope die. Your wounds will not heal. All you berate, all you deny, have sealed your fate, like all you deride, and all you divide, and all you besmirch, and all that you hide from everyone in church, and all that is dead, and all that is gone. Your hell to come, and everything under the sun is in tune, but the sun is eclipsed by your ruin.
Can't beat us. You can't beat us. You can't beat us. You can't beat us. My wisdom makes me so smart. Makes me say, bless my heart. Thank you for blessing me with a mind like mine, so wise and deep. It feels good when you know you're smart. I'm mega brain genius, skilled in the art and such. A treat, I'm known as John. You can't beat. I told you, small fella, you can't beat me. Yeah, I'm smarter than you. You know you can't beat me.
Res judicata. You can't beat me. Got the court in my back pocket. You can't beat me. Your friend Brett, no chance. Bring on that lawsuit. He's gonna lose his pants on Smooth. Out of his league, he's gonna get a bad lawsuit fatigue, cause I'm rolling. That's right, I don't even sweat, and I'm gonna win the fight. What court? What suit? Hoggy on a mission to give the boot. Let him know that I'm so sweet, and this is a man you can't beat. Yo, I told you, you can't beat me. Why you standing there, man? You can't beat me. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? You can't beat me. Don't even file an answer, making you sweat like a tiny dancer. Now, you know you're talking about Hoggy, and I'm going to show contempt. And spite my undies are sticky, so pass me a wipe. I don't need to sweat. What's that in my shorts so sticky and wet? My God! I shit. Laughing so hard, you might as well quit. That's true. Because you know you can't beat me. You can't beat me. Can't beat me. Break it down. Stop. Hoggy time. Sniff up my funk. It is said if you're exposed to this, then you're probably dead, so stop. Don't file any briefs, cause H-O-G-E spells relief. This is it. And for dinner, take me on. I know I'm the winner. You lose. My son, my monster, Piglet, your wife will hump. Hump, hump, hump. Gee, you can't beat me. Look, man, you can't beat me. You better get wise, Brett. You can't beat me. What's that smell? It's my beard. Flake it down.
Actually, I was the first person to use Maryland's law prohibiting a convicted perjurer from offering testimony to stop the dread pro se Kimberlin from testifying. That disability has been on the books in Maryland for around 150 years. And when a local prosecutor pointed it out to me, I made sure my lawyer was aware.
You can't beat me. You can't beat me. You can't beat me. Flake it down. Stop. Hoggy time. Every time you sue me, the hog is just so smart. I'm brilliant in the court, and before I even start, I will mock you with every blog that I write. With other co-defendants, we will win this fight. We don't need to prepare. We'll put you back in jail. It's Hoggy and Aaron with Ollie and Stacy. Ask Kimberlin unmasked. He'll say, you can't beat us. You can't beat us. You can't beat us. Yeah, I told you can't beat us. Too bad, can't beat us. Can't beat us. No, don't even try. Can't beat us. Oh, don't even show up. We might not.
If you enjoy the
I
witty,
think I'll
comedy
look
bits
at
on this show, even the naughty stuff that professional moron Eric P. Johnson of Paris, Tennessee calls illegal, you can have your own copies of these choice bits of progressive funny stuff by logging onto Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you purchase CDs or digital downloads online. Do a search for our host's last name, spelled SCHMALFELDT, and you will find a wealth of material recorded over the years for your amusement, and to insult the pinheads who support the harassing lawfare of WJJ Hogue III. Don't wait until after someone carries out their threats to murder Bill. The prices will be certain to skyrocket. Go to your favorite online place for ordering CDs or digital downloads. Search for SCHMALFELDT. Blow the cobwebs off of that credit card and show the right-wing dickheads that they are not the boss of you. Thank you.
Well, you gotta say thank you or else you're not being polite, right? Oh, heavens to Betsy, mercy me, oh my. This is Bill Schmalfeld, and this is Blood on the Microphone, our episode today for this March 24th, 2015 is called Hoggy Goes, a-Courtin. And the man is known for being the author of cryptic messages. I just got an email from a friend of mine who would like to know specifically what in the fuck he is talking about with his most recent blathering. And let's go back to that. Let's take it out. Oh, by the way, I've got a new website now. I've decided that I need to have a WordPress.org blog for the purposes of security. Blogspot won't do it. WordPress.com won't do it. So I'm paying a monthly fee. It's not much. But the new website is called End Times Tribune. It's all one word. EndTimesTribune.com. And there we will post our most recent episodes of this show, along with archiving them on Live 365. And you can also find a sidebar widget on endtimestribune.com for the Live 365 presentation. But what I was going to bring up when I reminded myself of the website is everybody wonders why the Postal Service is going belly up. I'll tell you why. I could have left my house yesterday with my little rolly walker and have delivered my answer to Hoag's motion to dismiss to the courthouse by now. I was just now looking at the USPS product tracking information. It was accepted at the post office yesterday at 10:54 a.m. It went to Baltimore, where it sat at 8:59 p.m. And now it's been shipped to Linthicum Heights. It arrived at 3:02 p.m. and it will be delivered in Ellicott City sometime tomorrow. I could have walked it there faster. Anyway, I'm hoping that the friend I wrote to received my email by now and is listening to the show so I can try my best, if it is possible for a mere mortal to have access to the wonderful mind of W.J.J. Hoag. He got a question from somebody calling himself Keep Wondering, who referred to the Johnny Atsign episode from last night. And let's see if we can call that up as well. You see, our friend, Mr. Hoag, has never had an original idea in his life. He does these horribly written, mawkish, stale, dry, dead scripts that he publishes online. Johnny Atsign is a ripoff of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, an old-time radio show. Blognet, of course, is a ripoff of Dragnet. And Blogsmoke is naturally a ripoff of Gunsmoke. He calls himself in this Johnny Atsign, since it was the @ sign before his name on Twitter that caused a confused Carroll County Circuit Court judge to issue a peace warrant. So let's see if we can make heads or tails out of this. Let me just scroll down here a little bit. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to perform this. And again, this is on the terms of fair use for commentary and news purposes. Announcer, from Westminster, it's time for Skype Rings Once. Johnny Atsign! Mr. Atsign, this is Special Agent Wilson following up on that harassment matter. Hi! What can I help you with? And call me Johnny! You see, it's stupid because the Special Agent Wilson already said what he was calling for. I've been working with my counterpart back east, and we need a few more details. I thought you might have something in a related case that would provide a lead. Are you talking about the connection to the bomber or the grouch? The bomber. He's suing our agency. That doesn't make sense, but it has to be true. No one could make up a story like that. Theme music, Up and Under. My God. It's almost impossible to make it through one of these things. Announcer. The Lickspittle Broadcasting System presents W.J.J. Hogue in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed Twitter account, America's fabulous freelance internet investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Atsign. Theme music up to music out. The following is a partial extract of the tweets sent and received during my extended investigation of the Fed-to-Fed matter. All right, the Fed-to-Fed matter. I mentioned after I got that delivery of horse shit from someone that I was going to have a Fed-to-Fed talk with somebody at the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Oh, the Lickspittles thought that was just the funniest thing. So we continue with Johnny here. At the Grouch, at the Bomber, complained to anyone's boss lately? See, now I think he's referring to complaints he feels were made by either myself or Brett Kimberlin to his boss about his actions involving the stalking of a 15-year-old girl. For the past couple of days, I've been operating in cleanup mode, tying up loose ends on several investigations. Several investigation? Somebody get this man a proofreader? I had stopped by the federal courthouse in Greenbelt to pick up some copies from the clerk's office. Sound, quiet background, and large echoing space. Aaron, off mic. Johnny! Sound under Johnny, approaching footsteps. Aaron! What are you doing here? I've been dropping off some paperwork. Why are you here? To pick some up? Are you in a rush? No. What's up? Meet me in the coffee shop in 10 minutes and I'll tell you the story. Sure. Background out. So I went to the clerk's office. And they fade into the clerk's voice. And 16 pages for that case. That's a total of 104 pages at 50 cents per page. $52. Do you take plastic? Yes. Not at Howard County, they don't. No. Here you go. Clerk says thanks, and you hear the sound of a credit card being swiped and a printer of a receipt. Okay, sign here. They should have put that old paper file pulled. They should have that old paper file pulled within a half an hour. I'll print the electronic files in the meantime. Why don't you come back in an hour? Works for me. I'm meeting someone in the coffee shop. Who gives a fuck? The clerk said. No, that's not. I didn't know. Meanwhile, announcer. Spring has sprung. With warmer but not hot weather coming, a hogwash Res Judicata long-sleeve t-shirt could be just the thing for casual wear. It's exclusively available, along with lots of other goodies, at the Hogwash store. Stop by today and spend some of your hard-earned cash in support of Team Lickspittle. Or do your Amazon shopping via the link on the home page. Or hit the tip jar. They're all ways you can support the team. And now we return to the show. This background sound, it was a restaurant. It looks like they're trying to use the same playbook that worked on you, but with a different spin. Well, yes, neither of those government agencies would feel particularly threatened by terrorists showing up at their front doors. Jesus. Yes, they are trying to slime the reputations of the individuals involved, so it would be embarrassing for the agencies to be associated with them. Or perhaps to get their security clearances pulled. That would get them laid off, if not fired. Yes, if they were both contract employees, so they have fewer protections than civil servants. It's interesting that in one case they contacted the agency directly, and in the other they contacted the government contractor who is the guy who works for and threatened to sue them. Who did that? I mean, I know this is a work of fiction, but who did that? Aaron says, uh-huh. And now the bomber has sued the agency instead of the contractor. You're kidding. No. He filed a Team Themis RICO suit yesterday against a laundry list of companies and individuals, and he's included both contractors and the agency where one of them works. Oh, that's great. What's so funny? Haven't you heard the judge dismissed the bomber's other RICO suit this morning? Great timing. Theme up and under. Now here's our star to tell you about next week's intriguing episode of our story. Next time, oh look, 3 jacks. Now for the last card. It's called a crunk. Isn't Fizbin fun? Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Atsign. Music, swell theme and under. Yours truly, Johnny Atsign, starring W.J.J. Hogue, is transcribed in Westminster. Be sure to join us next Monday, same time and URL for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Atsign. Announcer. Music up to music out. Johnny Atsign is a work of fiction. If anybody thinks it's about him, he should read Proverbs 28:1. Be sure to tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern for an episode of BlogNet or Blog Smoke on alternating weeks. This is LBS, the Lickspittle Broadcasting System. So I hope I've been able to explain to my listener what it is that Hogue is referring to. He is under the impression that either myself or Britt Kimberlin contacted his boss to try to get him fired. It didn't happen. Never happened. Of course, that doesn't mean that Hogue won't forge up a document like he did with the letter that I allegedly wrote to him. The phone call on the day before Thanksgiving, it was from me, even though it was actually from this prank dial phone service online. But never let a good narrative be spoiled by the truth, because it just doesn't pay. Far be it from this freelance reporter to tell another man how to raise his children, but have you seen Hoggy's son? My God, the man's as big as a house. And yet, Hoggy is all the time with the fat jokes. This must make his son very, very angry from time to time.
Meanwhile, at their pleasant little ranch-style home on Ridge Road in Westminster, Big Hoggy is teaching Little Hoggy a lesson about how to be a good lookout.
You simpering imbecile!
Ow.
All I asked you to do, the one thing I asked you to do,
Ow.
is to keep an eye out for a gold Prius. Is that simple enough? A gold Prius?
Ow.
All you had to do was watch to see when Brett Kimberlin and Bill Schmalfelt rolled into the Howard County Courthouse. I even gave you a camera to sit there and photograph them as they arrived, and you failed!
Ow.
I cannot believe that something as idiotic as yourself could spring from my intelligent loins.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
When I think of all that money we spent on special education for you.
Daddy, who are those people outside taking pictures of our house?
What do you mean?
It looks like there's people out there with clipboards and they're writing down stuff and taking pictures.
Let me go look. You, what are you doing here at my property?
We're assessing it.
Why are you assessing it?
Because it's being attached as part of a lawsuit.
Lawsuit? What sort of lawsuit?
You haven't been served with the papers yet?
I don't know. I haven't checked today's mail.
Well, it turns out you have been involved in some vexatious litigious action, and your house is being valued to see how much the plaintiff can actually get for your property if he is successful in his lawsuit.
Well, they're going to take our house from us because you are a simpering idiot.
Ow.
You were asked to do one thing, and that is to keep an eye out for a gold Prius.
But, Daddy, I didn't see a gold... Ow.
There must have been a gold Prius, and you must have missed it because Kimberlin and Schmalfelt didn't just appear in a whiff of smoke.
Ow.
Do you think they just showed up by magic?
Well, I did smell a whiff of what I thought was sulfur and brimstone. Ow.
I am going to tell your mother that we're going to send you back to the hospital where we found you. It is clear you are no son of mine.
Ow.
And then I shall give your mother a lashing for having the temerity to have brought you into this world.
Ow. Daddy, you ought to not talk bad about Mama.
And why shouldn't I? She's my wife. She's my property.
But she's my mama, and I love her.
What's love got to do with it?
Ow. You're making me mad, Daddy.
Making you mad, am I? Well...
Ow. I think that's about enough of that, Daddy.
Why? What are you going to do about it, you idiot?
Well, I think I could grab you by your collar and your belt loop like this.
Wait a minute!
Lift you over my head like this.
Hey, put me down! Put me down!
And then kneel down on the ground like this, holding you up above my head.
No!
And then bring you down real sharp on the point of my knee in the small of your back, like this.
Oh!
Just like that, Daddy.
I can't feel my legs! Oh! My pants! They're soiled!
Yeah, looks like you peed yourself a little there, Daddy.
That's not urine, you idiot! It's blood! You've ruptured my bladder by shattering my hip bone! Oh! The pain! The pain!
I'll take care of it, Daddy. Mama! I think I broke Daddy.
Honey, there's a package for you at the door.
Gee, I wonder who it's from.
There's no return address, but the postmark says it's from Slovenia.
Golly, I don't know anybody in Slovenia.
Well, what are you waiting for? Open it.
I'm just naive enough to do that, honey. I mean, what else are you gonna do with a mysterious package sent from some unknown person in Eastern Europe?
Well, what is it?
Well, mercy sakes alive. Someone has sent me a bowel movement.
Yes, nothing gets person's attention faster than a bowel movement in a Tupperware container. And here at Posta Poop, we take great care to spell name correctly and put correct address on label so poop show up at right person home. It's a new-fashioned way when you have something to say it with poop.
Honey, do we have a Tupperware bowl we can spare?
Sure. What do you need it for?
Well, it would be rude not to return the gesture.
You're so polite.
Here you go, you crazy Republican bastard.
Make sure you send enough to share.
No problem. I had tacos for lunch.
Posta Poop, when you care enough to send the very worst. It's a great holiday gift. All right. If this show is going to be successful at all, we need to build my social media numbers. I don't do Facebook because, frankly, I'm not interested in Farmville or any of those other little games that everybody wants to play. I do have a Twitter account, however, and that is at Blood on the Mic. That is at Blood on the Mic. It's all one word. Mike is spelled M-I-K-E. At Blood on the Mic. It's a wide open profile, so you can join. And if I don't like you, don't worry, I'll just block you. And if you're rude or profane, you shall be reported. I also have a homepage that you need to start visiting. It's the Blood on the Microphone website, Blood Mike, one word, bloodmike.blogspot.com. There you will find some of the latest writings, as well as a Live 365 widget, which you can use to listen to classic episodes of Blood on the Microphone. Also, oddly enough, there's a PayPal donation button there, so you can help me defray the costs of broadcasting. And if you want to help out with legal fees and such, that's good. Also, there's a poll there on the right side widget. This week the question is, why did W.J.J. Hogue list Paul Krendler's address as his own? You see, when W.J.J. Hogue III applied for copyright protection for a particularly filthy blog post he purchased from Paul Krendler, he listed Krendler's address on the application as his own. When the U.S. Copyright Office issued the certificate, it listed Krendler as living in Westminster, Maryland with Papa Hogue. So why is that? Was it A, Hogue falsified the application? B, Krendler and Hogue are one and the same? C, Krendler is Hoggy Jr.? D, Connie Hogue is Krendler? And E, Connie Hogue is Hoggy Jr. So click one, and at the end of the week, we'll post the numbers. So anyway, go to the website, bloodmike.blogspot.com. Subscribe for regular email updates, and nobody will get hurt. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, @BloodOnTheMic, all one word, @BloodOnTheMic. And then everybody can be happy. Yeah? And don't forget, we've changed that website to End Times Tribune. That's endtimestribune.com. Ah, those wonderful lickspittles. You see, Hogue is nothing if not a 3-year-old child in a man's body. He comes up with something he thinks is funny and repeats it ad infinitum to the point where you just want to send him to his room. There was a reference in the Johnny Atsign episode I just shared with you to a game called Fizbin. And as of late, the standard line around Pretendyland over there at Hoagieville has been, they're playing Go Fish while we're playing Fizbin. See, that's something you have to be a Trekkie, a nerd, to get. I thought it sounded familiar, so I looked it up. Fizbin was a card game said to originate from Beta Antares 4. It was used by Captain James T. Kirk to free himself and his first officer, Spock, and Chief Medical Officer McCoy from captivity at the hands of the group of... Who were they? Come on, Lickspittles, you know the aliens that were holding the Iosians, yes! They had mimicked early 20th century Earth-style gangsters as their shtick. While Kirk was explaining the extremely convoluted rules of the game to his captors, he used a supposedly very rare hand of Fizbin, the Kronk, and you'll see that mentioned from time to time. On Hogwash or on Krendler's execrable site, as a distraction to knock the captors unconscious. And then Spock and McCoy escaped back to the Enterprise while Kirk hung around to knock boots with some chick, no doubt. Anyway, this is Blood on the Microphone. I'm Bill Schmalfelt. Thanks for joining us today. I want to look at something here real quick before we roll on. Okay. There is no way that Paul Krendler can get through a day without copying something from my Twitter byline or our timeline. Now, today he has the gods of the copybook headings. What? And he has my tweet. Isn't it amazing how Hogue thinks he can change the law at his whim? And then there's a screen cap from the Maryland Handbook of Torts. And what I said about intentional infliction of emotional distress being a tort listed in said book. Hey, remember when Bill Schmalfeld said he wasn't going to try his case on Twitter this time? I'm not trying my case. You idiot. I'm merely explaining how Hogue got something elementary wrong. All he has to do is look and see in the handbook, the Maryland Handbook of Torts, that he's wrong. Oh, and he has another doom clock up now. The Thinking Man's Doom Clock. Bring in the accused, April 16th, 2015. That's the day that I'll be going to jail for the rest of my life for allegedly violating Hogue's peace order. We talked about this at length yesterday. I still haven't heard anything from the state's attorney, but that crew generally waits until the Friday before the event before they nollie pros something, which means they decline to prosecute. And I honestly think, I might be wrong, but I honestly think if they were going to prosecute me for allegedly violating Hogue's peace order, I would have heard back from them by now, since I am acting in the capacity of my own attorney. I'm assuming that I have the right to call witnesses. I'm assuming I have the right of any other lawyer defending any other defendant. In this case, the defendant happens to be myself. I've never been convicted of a felony or perjury or anything, or even a misdemeanor for that matter. So I do believe I have the right to confront my accuser, place him under oath, Krendler, and ask questions. I believe I have the right to call witnesses. And yesterday I sent the state's attorney in Carroll County an email asking when he needs my list of witnesses. I also need to know if he's going to call anybody other than WJJ Hogue so that I may have my cross-examinations prepared. If I don't get an answer and this thing goes to trial and I'm found guilty, well, there's grounds for appeal right there. Are you telling me that this man asked for this information from the prosecutor and was not given it to him? That's kind of prosecutorial malfeasance, don't you think? But like I said, these guys generally wait till the Friday before and then tell you that they're going to drop the case. Hogue also mentioned on his blog that Nolly Prost cases can be reopened within 3 years. Yeah, that's what you want to do, Hogue. You want to bring back all of those 367 other charges and really make an ass of yourself. Truly, purely make an ass of yourself. In the meantime, I remain largely unconcerned by the whole thing. You're listening to Blood on the Microphone, and that's how I got there. Wait a minute, I think I just saw somebody pull up. Yep, it's Jimmy Page. He's coming to kill me. That was Unfazed and Bemused here on Blood on the Microphone.
You like audiobooks, don't you? Of course you do. It's all the pleasure of reading, without the time-consuming strain and hassle of holding a book. And, I strain, carpal tunnel syndrome? Who needs that? This is why audiobooks have become so popular. Your genial host of this program, Bill Schmorfeld, has audiobooks you can purchase. Put on your parky face. Read by the author is the telling of Bill's experience with Parkinson's disease. I Killed Osama and That Hussein Fella Too is a rollicking comedy fiction about a disgraced truck driver and his penchant for telling tall tales. The Miracle Boys of Slowpoke, Iowa is about two special brothers who don't know how special they really were. Baby's first book of socialist propaganda is a tongue-in-cheek storybook for progressive children. These books are brought to life by the considerable vocal talents of professional voice actors David Winograd and Robert Armin. You can find these books on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, and on audible.com. And coming very soon, a play Bill wrote with his late twin brother has been brought to life as a radio play. Be watching for news about end times, a comedy in 2 acts. Coming soon. Audiobooks. No trees were killed in the production of these titles.
Speaking of end times, that's the name of my new website, which is the home website now for Blood on the Microphone. End Times Tribune. It's all one word. endtimestribune.com. And there you'll find old episodes of this show, a link to our Live 365 channel, and ever so much fun and comedy and stuff.
Go warily amid the noise and waste, and remember they have video cameras on every street corner now. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. You may need them as character witnesses. Seek out loud and aggressive persons. They make you look good by comparison. You can compare yourself with others without becoming vain and bitter, as long as you remember you know people who could have them killed. Always strive to be the tallest person in any group photo. be admired. Be careful, and call your mother at least once a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
Guy walks in the Senate, says, who can I fasten myself to? Who can I fasten myself to? Like some kind of leech in a pond. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at the big bucks. Don't want to have only one term in the Senate graveyard. Gold digger, gold digger. Money's to be made here, far away from my Texas home. Mr. Tea Party, get these libs away from me, you know. I don't need to be coherent anymore. If you be my bodyguard, I can climb into your bed. I can call you Larry. Larry, when you call me, you can call me Ted. Guy holds a fundraiser, says, where are my big contributions? Gonna need a lot more contributions, and whoa, campaigns are so long. Who wants my wife and family? Who wants to die here? Where is my sugar daddy? Now that my sugar daddy's there, just ducked out to his bank, bought a roly-poly little bag of cash. All along, there'll be incidents and accidents. There'll be hints and allegations. Oh, yeah. If you be my bodyguard, I'll do things for you in bed. I can call you Larry. Larry, when you call me, you can call me Ted. Call me Ted.
We've got people that'll fight. And I think because of that, we're going to see a lot of action during the rest of the year, and especially in the Senate where the rules are more favorable to what we're trying to do. And Senator Cruz has shown that he may have only been there for 4 months, but he knows how to run circles around just about everybody else in that Senate. We've got a real hero there that's ridden into town from Texas. And I'm so happy that we made a major effort to support his campaign when he was a candidate. And he has not disappointed us. And I'm certain that he's not going to disappoint us. This guy is the real deal.
A man walks in the Senate. He's a bigwig in D.C. Acts like it's a third world. That's because it's first time around. Doesn't speak the language, but he has currency. He's a corrupt man. He's surrounded by the sound, pigs at the slopping trough, filling up the rotten gorges. He looks around and sees devils in the infrastructure, realizing he's insane. He says, amen and hallelujah. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your guy in bed. I can call you Larry. Larry, when you call me, you can call me Ted. Call me Ted. Na 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 na. Boom. What the hell did I do that for? Boom. Weird sound.
If you be my
I think there might be something wrong with me after all. God damn it, I knew this Washington, D.C. was going to be bad for me. But it sure is working out well in the financial end, I tell you what.
If you be my bodyguard.
Anybody see my tater chips? I had tater chips when I came in here.
I can call you Larry.
I don't give a damn what you call me. Something better come up with my potato chips before I get pissed off.
If you be my bodyguard.
I don't want to be your goddamn bodyguard. I want my goddamn potato chips. Oh, wait, there they are.
I can call you Larry.
A whole bag of them. I lose them so easy sometimes.
And
I think I'm crazy.
there he is, your next president of the United States, Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz. And then the zombies will come. Speaking of zombies, you know that W.J.J. Hogue was writing about Brett Kimberlin having his RICO suit dismissed. Conveniently, he forgets to mention that All counts were dismissed except those against one person, the Deputy District Attorney of Los Angeles County, Patrick J. Fry. I assume by now his employer, the District Attorney of said county, is aware of the allegations being made that Mr. Fry used the color of his office to persecute Brett Kimberlin. I mean, that's hardly a question when you read the emails. But that's why we have trials. Speaking of Fry, I wonder how things are going for him.
Trouble in the workplace?
Tell me about it.
People picking on you because of your politics?
Tell me about it.
Fired for releasing personal information on people who pissed you off?
Tell me about it.
Has it happened to you?
Yes. I'm former Deputy District Attorney Patrick Frey. You can tell me about it while we sue the dirty bastards who fired you.
The law offices of Patrick Frey. He used to put people in jail. Now he just wants to take their money and give you a little of it.
As little as possible.
Tell me about it.
What?
Check a bus stop bench near you for his phone number. The law offices of Patrick Frey. They pissed him off.
And now they're gonna pay.
Not a guarantee of you getting paid.
Tell me about it.
Hey, you. If you use Google Play, you have no excuse not to fill Bill's pocket with lawsuit money. Several of Bill's alleged comedy albums are available at Google Play. Do a search under music for SCHMALFELDT and warm up that credit card. Be on the right side of the left with the comedy, as some would call it, of Bill Schmalfeld. Now, let's all point and laugh at the fat, funny.
That would be me, the fat, funny boing. I'm Bill Schmalfeld. This has been Blood on the Microphone. Hoggy Goes, a-Courtin is the name of this episode for March 24th, 2015. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll check out my Twitter page. Like I said, I'm really looking to build that up. My Twitter handle is @BloodOnTheMic. That's @BloodOnTheMic. And my new homepage is End Times Tribune. That's one word, End Times Tribune, where we archive episodes of this show. We've got a link to our Live 365 station, and ever so much more. There's reason after reason after reason to be my social media friend. For one thing, I'll keep you up to date on the latest shenanigans going on with Hogue and crew. It's amazing how closely they pay attention to this show, this horrible radio show. It's not even radio. It's on the internet. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Kiernan the other day, he said he scanned the AM and FM dial looking for my show, and he couldn't find it. He also scanned his AM/FM dial looking for the 60s on 6 on XM satellite radio, and he couldn't find it. And he also looked for all these other internet radio stations that are on the internet as radio stations, and he couldn't find them. So because it's my station, naturally it sucks. That's the reason for it. It's the worst radio station ever, 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 and they listen to it religiously, so they'll have shit to bitch about. Talk to you tomorrow.
Dance to that. Which one is created for? Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Blood on the Microphone is a presentation of Deep Brain Media. Copyright by Bill Smallfelt. All rights reserved. Till next time, this is Cedric the announcer. Stay safe. And wing nuts. He's coming. He's coming for you. Are you ready?